Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I thought we could take a couple minutes to talk about the potential for a second season of Hawkeye. Now, as many of you know, the Hawkeye series hit Disney Plus last year, and generally speaking, it was a pretty big hit. Now, once the show finished though, there was a lot of speculation about when we would see Clint Barton and Kate Bishop once again. Well, them and also Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. Now, the show, like many other Marvel shows, has always been billed as a limited series. WandaVision is obviously not getting a second season. Maybe House of Harkness could be considered that, but Moon Knight was also billed as a limited series, and so was Hawkeye. Although fans suspect Marvel may have plans for many of these properties. Now, recently there has been a 4-year consideration campaign for the Hawkeye series. This is typically done by the studios when the award season comes around, and they want to make sure the show gets recognition, or at least considered for recognition, by the various industry awards. Now, this is where it gets interesting though, because the show is not billed as a limited series. They're actually promoting it as a comedy series. Now, there was a lot of comedy in Hawkeye, but the fact that they didn't promote it as a limited series is kind of telling. Limited series actually has its own separate category, and Marvel as well as Disney categorizing Hawkeye in a different way kind of gives us an idea of what they might be thinking behind the scenes. Now, for me, it would be pretty odd to not do something else with Clint and Kate, especially after the finale of the series saw them come together in quite a nice way and set the stage for the Avenger to train his protege moving forward. Heck, he even took her home for the holidays. Plus, let's not forget, we have a couple of loose threads here. I'm pretty sure the Kingpin's going to show up again in Echo, but we also had the Swordsman, aka Jack Duquesne. He is typically a bad guy in the comics, but he was something different, maybe a little gray in the series, and fans want a little bit of follow-up to that also. Now, many of these shows may be being billed as single seasons because Marvel doesn't want to open up the door to their whole slate. Kevin Feige likes to keep these things pretty close to the chest, and I could totally see as a strategy not necessarily revealing future season ideas for various shows like this. Now, many people would totally love to see a second season of Hawkeye, as well as Moon Knight, so I don't imagine Marvel won't do any of these shows, but this story does kind of show you how these things are ever evolving, and truly what happens next is really based on fan reaction and the success of the project. Personally, I would be shocked if we don't see more of both Hawkeyes in the near future. A new series, if it were to go in production, would probably not get on screen until 2024. This is nothing official, but given how much Marvel is actually working on, that would kind of make a lot of sense, and nobody wants a rushed project. Now, obviously, if we get any more news about a second season of Hawkeye, or Kate Bishop and Clint Barton showing up in any other projects, obviously we're going to bring it to you right away. But I gotta know what you guys think. Do you feel like Disney labeling Hawkeye as a comedy series instead of limited series indicates the possibilities of a season 2? Or do you just feel like this was a more competitive spot for the series to settle in at and offers them a better chance to win? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.